Hello, Ariwrath here, and welcome back to the Zero to Hero. This is episode 9, I believe. We are just lingering amongst the many vending machines. Hang on. Hopefully, one day, these will actually be playable. I think they are working on them right now. Arcade machines and vending machines for AI, maybe not for play. Anyway, we digress. So today I wanted to take a look at something that I've been working on, or not working on, wanting to show off for a little while now. Let me just finish this. Blood drug level is slowly going up. That's not good. No, you're good. I don't want to drink. I'm just returning the glass. There you go. Thanks. See you later, mate. No, it's good. You carry on. Anyway, so yeah, well, I want to take a prospector, a default prospector. I want to rent one and show that you can make money mining with a default prospector without needing all the bells and whistles of a Helix or a Lancet or always going for Quantanium. Of course, you're not going to make as much as you could with a bought prospector that is fully kitted out, mining Quantanium, refining it, and then delivering it, and so on and so forth. But especially for those just starting out with Star Citizen or doing a Zero to Hero run through and they want something else to do beyond combat or even just the delivery boxes, because 3.16.1 has been pretty temperamental even for the basic box missions. So something like mining, it's one of the most fleshed out mechanics we have in game right now. Is that the right one? Yes. And it's fun. I enjoy it. It's not for everybody. There are people who clearly won't enjoy it, and, you know, that's a case-by-case or a personal opinion, and you can choose what you want to do. But I do enjoy it, and with a default prospector, you can actually make a decent amount of cash. Now, I tried it on my Twitch channel, and I think I had about 24 SEU of unrefined Taranite, and I sold it for about 38,000. Straight to the refinery deck. I didn't refine it. I couldn't refine it because I can. Well, I can refine it, but I can't transport it because I don't have a ship to transport it. So money can be made, and it is a good alternative to just running other missions. Again, it is not going to be the quickest way to make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. That is not what we're doing here. There are many other ways of doing that. If that's what you're looking for, this series is definitely not for you. But there is still plenty of fun to have and a lot of diversity in what you do, and just enjoying the many game systems that we have provides enough options to mess around with. What we go in pad 1. There we go. So we're going to go to the Arkel 1. We're going to grab or rent a prospector. I've got about 62,000. You do need, I think it's a minimum of 51,000. I have seen it somewhere else at 54,000. So this isn't like a straight out the gate, you can start earning money. You need at least 51,000 up front to start with. So earn a bit of money doing what I've done in the previous videos, mining in the cave and whatnot. Or, oh Jesus! Don't do this to me. There we go. I should have put that helmet on. Do other missions to try and get some cash behind you, and then you will be able to take to doing this. And there is ways of making money. I'm going to try and hit the Iron Halo, which I will explain how I find it once I've Googled it again, because I've forgotten. I think from Artcore to Hurston, you've got to stop it like 13,500 or 9,000, something along those lines, and then you will land in the Iron Halo. You can mine planetside, probably not the easiest. There's less rocks planetside. I think asteroid mining is a little easier, as well as I've found the mass of the rock is a bit unusual when you're mining in an asteroid field. It seems that you can actually mine bigger rocks than you can planetside. I don't understand. We'll test this out. But yeah, we're going to go to Arkel 1, so I will see you once we arrive. There she is. So in order to rent a Prospector, we've just arrived at the L1 station. This is ARC L1. You need to go to a refinery station, which any L1 station. Thanks, it's good to be back.
Everything all right?
I'm busy. Any L1 station is a refinery station, which allows you to come and refine or sell your mined goods. You can buy equipment related to mining, like the mining tools and tractor beams. Well, you can't buy a tractor beam here, or maybe you can at the kiosk. As well as all the mining lasers, modules, soon gadgets in 3.17. That'll be interesting. And it is where you can rent the Prospector. You can also rent a couple of vehicles to transport goods. So you've got the Rock and the Prospector, 51,000 here for 1 day, which is real time, 24 hours, as well as the Cutlass Black. So you can maybe rent one to deliver the goods that you've refined, which I'm not going to do today. I can't afford it. We could after we'd sold the first load, but what I'm going to do is today, tomorrow, use the Prospector and try and earn as much as I can, because obviously when you rent a Prospector for 51,500 UEC, you've got to initially make that money back before you're even in profit. So it's going to take a couple of runs just to get to the point where you're earning, but if you know where to go and what to do, then you can make money from it. There is a risk, of course. You may explode and lose your gear and whatnot. There we go. But it is, I enjoy it. You know, mining is a nice, relaxing process. It's not for everyone, as I've said, but I enjoy it. And if you enjoy it or you don't know, give it a go. Test it out. What I will do is just buy some food and drink, because that has been turned back on again. Apparently in 3.15 or 3.16, it was turned off. So we didn't have to eat and drink. But it's back on now. And there we go. Beautiful. Right. Also, something that I found out the other day. So with the medical tool, many of you may know how to use the medical tool, but there is what I thought was a bug where your audio becomes muffled and there is no way to get rid of it. Where it kind of gets all and you struggle to hear things. That was a good impression, I know. And for ages, I thought it was a bug where, you know, you can't really fix it. It happened to me during an org meet, and me and a friend both suffered from it. Mine wore off and was back to normal again, whereas theirs wasn't. And in the last org meet, another friend, he suffered from it and couldn't find a way to fix it. But I was streaming yesterday, and someone mentioned that it's actually to do with the medical system, and it's your eardrums being blown out. And the way to fix it is you need to toggle over to the advanced mode and then inject a bit of stereogen. I'm not sure how much exactly. I think I did about 20 minutes worth, or however much percentage this is. Do stick in some Resurger as well if you're using this, because it will increase the speed at which your blood drug level decreases. And then from there, press B, and that'll allow you to inject, and it'll clear up the problem. Your eardrums will no longer suffer from that burst eardrum syndrome, or I don't know what it's called, but where your hearing is muffled. Talking of which, I need some Hemazal, so let's just do that. There we go. But yeah, I found that fascinating. That was actually not a bug. It was an intended gameplay feature, and it was an incredible feature as well, because it means we need to pay more attention to what our bodies are doing in game. Loved it. Anyway, let me spawn the Prospector and then figure out where we need to go from Arc Corp, or where I am now, Arc L1. Let me claim it. Maybe we'll jump back to Area 18. If that's where it is, then we'll go back there. I suppose it sends it straight to that location, doesn't it? So I'll jump there. From Arc Corp, Area 18, we will jump on to the Iron Halo mining belt and do some asteroid mining, which is not something I often do. Anyway, I'll be back once we are back at Arc Corp. Right, we have finally got the Prospector. We're at Bajani Point, rather than going down to Area 18. And this is what it's like, just a nice little self-contained solo mining ship. Now, the way to find the Aaron Halo Asteroid Belt, which isn't marked on the map as a point to jump to, but there are ways to sort of land within it. And from ArcCorp, we've got to head or quantum travel to Hurston. So let's just set that up now. So this is the Aaron Halo, as you can see here. Eventually there will be a gateway that takes us, I think, through certain areas, as well as hopefully places to Quantum 2. And it should be quite a populated location for miners in Stanton once they fully establish these asteroids. But on the way to the Aaron Halo, we've got to sort of jump at, hang on, it says 13,500 on the way, sorry, 13.5 million kilometers away from Hurston. So when we get to 13.5 million kilometers away, that's when we disengage the quantum drive, or just power down, and it should land us within it. We will see how smoothly this goes for the first try. I did do it on stream with the help of the viewers. But it is, so far, seems to be the best place for mining with a default Prospector. As you can mine on other moons and planets. If you're going to do it planet-side, I would do it maybe Microtech. That seems alright. Aberdeen, Lyria, Yella, Daymar, that kind of place. But let's try this. So 13.5 million. We are going to disengage. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we're about 1 million kilometers away from the point where we need to disengage. We're now 500,000 kilometers away, and when I disengage, we should land amongst the asteroids now. And here they are. So this is the Aaron Halo. We are now within the Asteroid Belt. We're actually just, well, there's the star map. The less we say about that, the better. That should be getting an update soon. So let's just turn on the power again. Allow it to do its thing. We'll turn off the quantum drive. Oh, let me just clear the marker as well, because it's going to keep that point up there. So now we're in the Aaron Halo. You want to just scan away, see what you can find. There's an asteroid down here. Let's get looking. Oh, actually, there's a closer one here. Now, mining has become a little problematic from time to time with the scanner. Wrong button. Wrong button again. So this is your scanner, and this should allow you to scan the rocks and find out what information or what minerals are inside. But, oh wow, look at all these. There is a bit of a problem with the new scanner. It's gotten better since it was first updated in, what, 3.14, I think? Where the scanner didn't reveal all the information. Now the scanners reveal all the minerals inside, excluding the inert materials, which I will show you what I mean. Let me just pull it up here and take a look. So, if we go into our scanner, let me just turn off head tracking because it can follow that, and we start scanning, it shows it's got quantanium, quartz, and beryl. Now, if I go into the mining mode, it tells you there's also 51% inert material in there. So as much as the scanner does work and it does give you information, it doesn't reveal all the information. So my suggestion is when you're flying around mining, just stay in. When you're close enough to where the asteroids or the minables are, go into the mining mode and just scan them that way. I think all of this will be quantanium. You want to leave quantanium alone with a default Prospector because you need a Lancet. And it's probably, if you're starting out with mining, going straight into quantanium mining is not a good idea. It is the most lucrative, but it is also the most dangerous. So we're going to leave these rocks. You can actually tell that it's quantanium because the rocks have little orange blodge, like some mottled look to them. So that is Quantanium in there, that gold-looking orangey bronze coloration. So we're going to leave them because we can't really mine them anyway, I don't think, with an arbor. I've not tried it with an arbor laser. Your best bet for mining Quantanium is with a Lancet. But we are using a default prospector. So let's check other minables and see what we can find. Obviously, with us having the prospector for 24 hours, there is a bit of a time constraint here. So it is going to be, you know, time is money. I'm not going to be overly strict on what I'm mining. I will stick to, and I suggest sticking to, the usual agricium, lyronite, taronite, bexolite. I think Barrass might be another one as well. Stick to them. Don't mine anything else because it's not worth it. But we won't be super strict. Hopefully we will find asteroids that are more... yeah, this has got 15% Barrass. Hopefully we'll find asteroids that are full of these things and we can get 100%ers. Let me just check what the current value is on Barrass. And I'm using an external source here. This isn't a Star Citizen option yet. Yeah, so Barrass is actually a pretty decent mineral to gather. Now I'm going to try it. The mass is 4,800 or 4,600. 4,600, I think, and 31. 4,631. But we'll see if we can mine it. Now I found if I was to mine this planet side, there would be no chance. The power or the mass of the rock would be too big and I wouldn't be able to mine it with the arbor mining laser. But with an asteroid, I found it works. As you can see, the charge level is rising. Now I'm not going to sit and go through the whole process of how to mine too much. I will show you me mining one rock and gathering that rock up. And then we will just I'll do the rest off camera, as you can get the gist of it. It is something that you need to spend time with, learning the process, learning the ins and outs. And there's no reason why you can't start with a default rented prospector. There is plenty of money to be made. It's just a case of putting in the time, putting in the effort, and learning as you go. And eventually you can earn enough doing all these various methods that I've been showing to buy a prospector which will allow you to update the mining laser, the modules. And actually in 3.17, when we get these mining gadgets, you will have more options with the default prospector because you will be able to then place these gadgets on the rock which will change the effects, maybe even reducing the power level in some degree, like increasing your power level. So there will be more options with 3.17 and mining with a rented prospector, as long as you can afford to pay out for these mining gadgets, which do look to be quite expensive. But I would expect down the line, a lot of people are like, why can't you upgrade the prospector? It seems like a bit silly that you can't rent a prospector and upgrade it. But it's just like, the idea is just like renting a car. You can't go and change the rims, you can't put a turbo on it, you can't do anything with it if you're renting it. And I think what will happen in time is that CIG will, or these shops where you can rent ships, will offer various packages, like maybe a Quantanium specific prospector that's set up to mine Quantanium, which will cost this much per day, compared to something else maybe to mine agricium and so on. So that will likely come later down the line, but right now all you get is the arbor mining laser, and as you can see, we are actively mining it. So once we're in the green, that level will go through and it will complete and crack the rock. And then we can extract all this Barrass. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this is just with the default laser, and I'll show you how much you can make by doing this. There's 28% in here, so let's just increase the level up to the optimal range, and then we will crack this and open it up. There is a lot of depth to mining. It is a relatively skill-based game mechanic, and the most fleshed out game mechanic we have in Star Citizen right now. So if you are looking to learn, by all means get into it. And all the other professions will be to this level and further. And in fact, we're getting ship-to-ship refueling, I expect, in 3.17 as well. But yeah, as you can see, for those who don't know, I'm keeping it in the green level, letting that bar increase until it's completed, and then that will crack the rock. If you go into the overcharge, you will overcharge the rock, and it will be dangerous, and it can kill you by exploding. So that's all inert material.
Extraction mode on.
Toggle into the extraction mode. Bit of Barrass there. I'm going to leave that for now. I feel like we can, you know, our first mining session, we can find better ones than that. Hopefully there are some 100% Barrass rocks. I always start off really picky. This hasn't split very well, but I always start off really picky with the rocks that I choose and try and just get 100%ers, because you can guarantee you'll fill up on things like this rock with 67% and 25% inert material. And then you'll find a rock where it's all 100% and you'd wish you'd not collected all that crap. Right, we will crack that one. Let's see where the rest of the Barrass is laying. Or Barrass, I don't know how to pronounce it. That's got 20% in. That's a useless rock. Useless. Okay, gonna circle right. Oh, there's another one on here. Did I see this one? No, I didn't. Gonna get this one below it, definitely.
Fracturing mode on.
That's got nothing. So let's see if we can crack this and separate the Barrass and inert materials. Hopefully we can. Let us find out. Gotta be gentle, because sometimes when the desync kicks in, it can cause the charge level to suddenly rapidly skyrocket into the overcharge, and you don't realize, but you've been sat in the overcharge for a good couple of seconds before it settles down again. So just take it steady. Luckily the optimal window is very big with Barrass. If you're mining Agricium, it can be really narrow. And without the choice of lasers and gadgets and modules and whatnot, you can increase it. So that's all inert material. That could be a good sign. That's all inert. I will grab that because that's 85%, which, as I say, if I owned the Prospector and the time was on my side, I would wait until I find more 100%ers. But we've got to make money, you know, we've got to pay back the rental, we've got to then start earning profit and make it worth our while. And I'm going to spend today and tomorrow off camera mostly just mining, seeing what we can do. What about these ones? There was that one I need to crack, I think. Careful navigating around these rocks. I have often flown into them once I've cracked them. Right, not that one. Must be this. Nope. Oh, I think I've just cracked that rock that I'm looking for. That is probably a waste of time. Oh no, that's not to be cracked anyway. I think we've picked most of what I want to get out of this. I don't want to waste too much time on it. If we can't find anything else, I will come back and grab, if I can remember where it is. I'll come back and grab more of it. But, you know, we've just started. I don't want to jump in and start scratching everything out of everything. So we are almost full to the brim. We just found a little bit more laranite here, which most of this should be 100%. Almost. We're almost FTB. And this should bring us, at the moment we have a 23, soon to be. Wait for it. Let's see what it takes us to. We are full. We are completely full. 25 SEU of laranite, 5 SEU of Barrass, and 0.9%, not even 1% of inert materials. How long have I been going for? I would say about half an hour. I've been mining for about half an hour now. Looking and coming across some, you know, rocks that could be mined, but won't really give me a lot. Like 1%ers and 2%, that kind of thing. That was only a 6%, to be fair, laranite. I tend to leave the rocks alone if they have less than 10% of the mineral that I'm trying to mine. But I only had a little bit left to go. And I thought, screw it, let's try and mine this 6% laranite, and it worked out all right. And that was actually originally a 5,122, I think, mass rock. And again, if you try and mine a rock of that size, planet side, with the arbor laser, you would have no chance. So we're off to Arc L1, sell it, and see how much we make. I'll be back in a second with the results. Right, let us sell it on. We can refine it. Well, we can refine it, but I'm not going to bother because we have no way of transporting the refined goods. So we're going to sell it directly to the station. Oh no, I think we've run into a bug. Hang on, let's try the other one. This is one of the major bugs, I would say, that is occasionally happens where it won't allow the drop down to come down and recognize your ship, which means you can sell the goods. What is the best option to do? I can refine it, but I can't transport it. And I think the best option here, when this isn't working and you can't sell your goods directly on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this refinery station as my respawn point. The ship is stored. The ship is safely stored at this station. I'm going to go to the clinic and I'm going to set this as my respawn point, and then I'm going to log out and log back into a different server and see if that fixes the issue. I don't know if it's a server issue. I don't know if it's this like particular space station, Arc L1, but they're not dropping down. So the best bet, I think, is to head back, log out, log back into maybe an Australian server or a different server and see if we can get it working there. If that doesn't work, the next protocol is to head off to the closest L1 station, which is probably going to be her L1 at 20 million kilometers away, which I would prefer not to do. This is definitely one of the bugs. For 3.15, it came back. For 3.16, it went away. It seems 3.16.1, it's back again. I don't know if it's just a coincidence with where I'm going to sell it. But bear with me. Let me see if I can figure this out and get it sold so we can see how much we've made. So, begrudgingly, I've come all the way over to her L1 to see if this works. I tried logging into a new server and it didn't work. Oh, thank God. So yeah, it seems Arc L1 is the spot not to go to. And look at that, 48,600 UEC, just selling it straight to the refinery without refining it, so not having to spend money on a refinery, you know, getting the process done or time. Oh, what on earth? Insufficient stuff. Oh my lord, these... Okay, so this was supposed to be a demonstration as to an alternative way to make money using a default prospector. Why is it now saying no? Why are you saying no to me? We're going to have to look into this further, but all is not lost. I can refine it. And I can get a few refinery jobs going over the next couple of days, or over the next day. Well, 22 and a half hours, or 22 and a bit hours. So I'll do a bit of mining today, and I'll do a bit of mining tomorrow. That's very frustrating, because if you can make 48,000 just by, you know, less than an hour's worth of mining, that would be nice. Well, I don't know why this is happening. This is definitely not supposed to be the case. Insufficient stock to complete this purchase. I don't even know what it means. So this will be a part one of this episode of Zero to Hero. There's definitely going to be more to this, because if we can't sell it directly, they look fancy. If we can't sell it directly to the refineries, then I will need to set up a refinery job, which will mean that I'll need to rent another ship in order to transport those goods. So we can come in here and refine this, and I would probably use dinks, which will take a full day. But take, but then we don't have a ship enough cash to refine the goods. Dilemmas. Okay, so for now, hold off you doing this process. It's a possibility once they fix the ore sales screen and allowing us to actually sell the goods to the refinery. Whether I hold off posting this video or whether I just post it now, and I suppose it's best to just post it now and see, so you can see what's going on. But I would suggest not doing this just yet until they get that fixed. But with that said, for now we're going to leave it there for today. It has been a bit of a foobar. The mining has been fine, but it has been a bit of a foobar trying to get it sold. So we will see if we can figure this out. If not, we'll have to come up with a different method. Anyway, make sure you're subscribed. We will find more lucrative ways of making money, and once I get the first ship under my belt, I may look into doing some Comare stuff, ECM stuff. Is it ECN? Yeah, ECN, Emergency Communication Network stuff. And we'll see how we get on. But do follow me over at twitch.tv/supermacbrother, where I am doing another Zero to Hero with a different character, and things are very close to getting the first ship. So check out over there for more information. If you have any questions about Zero to Hero, about playing Star Citizen, if you're new, that is the best spot to ask because I am sat right there and I can answer you straight away. But thank you all for watching. I will see you back here very shortly, hopefully with a bit more money in the bank and the ability to sell all this mined goods. All is not lost, but all is not good. So we will see how this goes. Anyway, I'll catch you back soon. Have a great evening, and I'll see you later.